An analysis, and I am live with Kaspian See, and this is
Hello.
Cyraxx, a comprehensive history. Hello, I will first apologize for the technical issues and having to restart the stream, but at least this time we're going straight into the heart of things. So all I need to do is just make sure that it's working. So, Caspian.
Yes. Yes.
What are
Hello.
what are Christorians of? You know how there's Christorians. What are we live or is it
Yes.
live?
I'm trying to check on my laptop.
Mine's not working.
Stretch the limits.
Mine doesn't seem to be streaming on my end, or is it just? Hold on a moment. I was hoping to get straight into things, but it seems that my channel, let's see, am I live or not? Live now. Okay, and I'll open the chat in a separate. Oh. Okay, good. Live on YouTube. I will pop out the chat. My setup right now, just so people know, is for music, not for streaming. So I don't have two screens next to each other. I have a laptop on a separate table all the way over there. And this, so it's not ideal. I'll open up on my phone to be able to read messages, but yeah. I think it's all good. I'll get out of Discord chat for the bandwidth and we will begin. Just as a preface, I know nothing about Cyraxx other than when I was doing my Christian videos, people wanted me to talk about Cyraxx demonic possession videos, and I looked at his on the quickie and I saw his penis and I opted out. And I didn't want to just become that guy that just says Cobra KS is demonically possessed, you know? Yeah, so, and the last preface, the reason Jake Hanrahan's name is up there is he was supposed to do a stream with me a little while back, and he kept not showing up and all this stuff. So as a show of good faith, I've left his name up there with this military style, professional looking background. So Jake, anytime you can be part of this professional masterpiece of new journalism and investigation. And Caspian has had a bit of a history with Jake Hanrahan too. He's had a honor bestowed upon him. Oh wait, I can't hear you. Oh, for fuck's sake, what is happening? Headphones. Why can't I hear you? I'll have to switch to the other one then, I think. Try talking? Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck this. Everything. This is bizarre. I'll just. Okay. You're gonna have to rejoin. The link will be. Oh, don't tell me. If I'm gonna have to start the fucking stream, again, I'm just gonna fucking do Discord. This is just fucking bizarre. It might be an issue on my end. Hold on. Headphones. Why can't... Mic, collab cam. Why the fuck can't I hear anything? This is everyone else's fault but mine. To my 11 viewers, I apologize. This is fucking ridiculous. Have to light my water lotus candle for this masterpiece. Thank you, Rose. Yes, but everything is going wrong because they just don't want... You know, I'm a targeted individual by... No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking... Fuck. This makes no sense. Let me... Yeah, headphones, you fucking... You're gonna have to... I'm gonna have to fucking... Cyraxx is so unbelievably cursed it's fucking up the stream. Thank you. Yes, it is. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect you and try rejoining. Otherwise we're gonna have to start the fucking stream again, and I'm not gonna use collabcam. I'm just gonna screen share Discord, because fuck you, Streamlabs. Fucking cunt. Waste of money. Everyone else's fault. Alright. No, don't if you want to prevent your guest from rejoining, you should also regenerate your link. No, I want him to rejoin. Alright, disconnected. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Hey, alright, hopefully this will work. Otherwise... what I'm going to have to do is... I don't need to restart the stream. You know what I can do? I'm just going to screen share fucking Discord with Kaspian in a video call and pop it out and share. So, fuck this noise. This should work.
Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna screen share Discord because fuck this noise. Let's pop you out.
Can you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yep. I'm just gonna pop.
Wait, did I turn off the button here?
Pop
Yep,
you
hang
out.
on. That's my fault now. Okay, now I hear
Watch
you.
this. This should live scene. Fucking display capture. Yeah. Okay, I need to capture source. Fucking media, whatever, video capture device. Just another amazing professional stream. Alright, there we go. We'll get the pop-out Discord, which usually doesn't work. So what I'm going to have to do is log into Discord, because it's not going to fucking show it. I'm going to have to pop Discord in a app called, what's it called? I have to open it in Opera GX and share it there. That's the only way to get this.
Really?
Yep. it won't share the screen of Discord. I've had to do this with Sockness. It's the only reason I have this fucking program. So log in on Discord on Opera GX.
Yeah, I just got you back
Open
up
it.
on my screen.
So
My window captures.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to. You've opened the link in Discord app. You can close the browser. No, I need to open you in the browser. You fucking piece of shit. Okay, I'm gonna quit Discord on the computer. These streams. I
It's
prepared
fun, though.
so much. I thought finally it was gonna go smoothly today. No. Okay, Discord.
Not a setup. I even
Wait,
was so
why can't I hear
unsure
you?
about.
Why can't I hear you?
Do you hear me?
Oh,
Hello.
wait. Now I think fucking CollabCam is working. Or Discord's still fucking open on my computer. It's hard to see from all over here. Opera GX, Discord. Continue in browser. Log in. And now I have to use authenticators and shit because of hacking campaigns by a certain group called 764.
Terrible. Pedos.
Sign in with passkey or whatever. Fucking something went wrong. Notification sent, come on. Okay, log in, yes, I'm human. Okay, I've
Really?
forgotten my password.
Oh no!
Slick.
Did you forget a password for real?
No, I think it's changed from the, I'm gonna have to, all my passwords are, you know, crazy numerical numbers and shit. I have to open something because I don't use this normally. If things go really well, what will happen is, of course, my passwords will be shown on stream for everyone to see. That would just make this day and this stream amazing. No, don't go on that screen. Someone is saying Hyperborean, my favorite word. When is the stream
No, I'm reading
about
it.
uncircumcised Uranian, homoerotic, Hyperborean, Manabud warrior ethos coming out? Okay, don't worry, Rose. I will be plugging him, the Circumcision guy, in the next stream. In this stream. I give you my word as a totally Hyperborean, 100% pure. There's a Rose and I have a new hero. It's kind of like he's an advocate and a human rights activist for foreskins, and he talks about, you know, like the history of foreskins and okay. And I'll have to show everybody this guy because he's something special. It's just okay. I'm gonna have to sign in with my phone because everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Log out of my secret Discord. Log in with my public Discord.
There's proof.
I think people have come to know and love my streams where everything goes wrong constantly.
It's endearing. It's endearing. You know what I mean? It shows the grassroots operation that's going on. It's you know, neither of us have the money for a production crew yet. We don't have bodyguards. We're not Jack Daughtry. We're not Neon.
I'm not an agent provocateur. Okay, authenticator
Right.
app for this Discord. Everything takes forever because I have to run ridiculous levels of fucking security, you know? Invalid? Invalid, is that... Oh, okay, it must be for a different... I've got so many fucking Discords. So many. Which I've had to nuke because of various different reasons. Alright, I'm signed in on my phone. Sign me in on Opera GX so I can share the screen. I should have just done this from the start. Well, welcome to the glamorous world of being a professional. Asmongold thinks he's all that. Log in. Log in. Did you? Alright, so I will close this Discord. And don't worry, Rose, the foreskin guy I will plug him. He needs an audience, you know. He deserves an audience. What's happening? Fucking join call. Now this should work if I pop this shit out.
Okay.
This should work. This pro gamer shit. Tell me people, can you see Kaspian in my mess?
Am I still seeing? Because now I don't see him.
So what I'm
Which is
gonna
fine.
do is duplicate the scene because I have to keep all the settings and shit. So live scene, and I will delete everything. Doing this live. I don't pause for an intermission. Okay, and I'll keep interzone analysis of Jake Hanrahan up there. I'll make myself small so Jake can be really big. There. Because he's not an elitist. Even though he blocked you. There, look at that on YouTube. That's perfect. I'm setting this up for when Jake Hanrahan will totally come on stream with me. You know, he's not just fucking me around to waste my time deliberately. So I don't talk about David Maya and shit like that. No. So yeah. I'm on YouTube, I'm having a look, and it looks to me that that's the perfect setup. How does that look to you, Kaspian, who's been blocked by Jake Hanrahan?
Let me see. Let me take a look at the. If I was just checking my own stream. Let me check your stream.
Nice and small.
Right.
You know, like I think I'm the
Oh,
perfect
look at
size. Maybe I should like move into zone analysis.
How are you doing then? How are you
There,
doing that?
there. I'll put into zone analysis there, and I'll get Jake
Good
Hanrahan,
pal.
and I'll make him there. There we go. That's perfect for when Jake 100%, because he's not an elitist. That's why he'll come on my stream. There we go. Jake Hanrahan, and then there's me. little interzone, the little guy. Okay, officially starting now. This is Kaspian See. He's a friend of mine. He's an expert investigative journalist on Cyraxx.
And yeah, if you put up my my shared, oh, I have to share the screen with you through here now.
Yes.
There we go. So that, yes, okay. So,
And but I will show the foreskin guy because my fans demand it, and I haven't shared that to anyone because he's amazing. Rose put me onto him. Oh fuck! I think I'm following him on a different YouTube account.
thank you, Rose. I cannot wait to hear about this.
Oh,
thank you so much, Rose.
Fucking hell. It's not you. Okay. Rose, can you send me on Discord?
On my stream, I lost your video.
Oh, can you on Discord, Rose, send me the link to the guy? Can you, Rose, send me the link to the guy on my not on my fake Discord, on the Interzone Discord. Send a circumcision guy to me.
So secret. It's so
fucking stupid.
Not on the fake one.
Oh fuck! Are you still there? Rose, send me the foreskin guy. I'm flopping.
Like the cutting edge fucking journalism. Please send me the foreskin guy.
Jake Hanrahan, this is how you do it. This is called asset management. This is managing my contacts. This is how you do it, Jake. You know, in 2 seconds.
War's been going on for a long time. You want to win a Pulitzer? Do something new.
Yeah. I get my contacts. I need the foreskin guy, and I need him now. You know.
That's right.
Oh, we got him.
I've got some questions myself. I've got some questions myself. You know what I mean?
All right, welcome.
Fucking A.
Okay, watch this, bro.
I guess there's no way for me to have your video then, huh?
Can you see? Our foreskins.
I don't see.
Sandro and I are at the beaches in
I don't see because my live
Lima, Peru.
My show is pretty far behind.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
In front of us is the Pacific Ocean, so we're enjoying a day at the beach. Peru is a country, as you have heard me mention many times, where they know better. They don't have circumcision here, and it's amazing. Hopefully the United States will one day realize the same thing. In front of us is the Pacific Ocean. Sandro and I never have problems with our foreskin. We are, as you have heard me mention many times,
Kaspian.
where they know better. They don't have circumcision.
Okay, actually, how do I play this? Okay, put it closed captions on while I play
we are
this.
out all day, and when we go back later, and after a busy day, have you ever found my foreskin?
Okay, well, I'm angry because Sam C is Hyperborean. He's a Hyperborean alpha male, and he's married to this beta non-Hyperborean. And me and Rose are very upset, and we want to make sure that this marriage doesn't last. Penis with the foreskin in militaries around the world. This guy is amazing.
Hello everybody. Today I wanted to make a little video about the circumcision arguments that people use for militaries. as kind of a start to the series that I want to do talking about the various countries, I first wanted to talk a little bit about the military, Army, Navy, whatever branch you want to talk about.
There we go.
Send me a link to this Sam C. I'm absolutely
So people on the kiwi farms, like I know that I'm not that interesting to you guys. I'm a footnote in Jacob Sarkis's history, and that's fine. But this guy deserves his own fucking page. He's made for 4 years or so just so many videos. Where's the docking one? That's the first one I was sent. He's naked, and you can tell
you've got to send me
he's
this.
got very low testosterone levels. Even though he's an alpha male and Hyperborean, that should not happen. That's ZOG.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
That's all Zog.
Now, we want to make a campaign that he should be married to another Hyperborean alpha male. And because
for the
Rose
party.
and I, Rose and I really are upset over this, you know? How could he let... What is docking? You know, this is the first video Rose sent me, and I... Look at this guy. Alpha as fuck.
So today I want to answer the question,
David
what
Meyer
is
approved.
docking? So, first of all, docking is something that two guys can do, but at least one of them must still have his foreskin.
What is docking?
It's one of those things that is pleasurable, and also the foreskin is necessary. So docking is when one guy puts the foreskin of his penis over the head or glands of another guy. Then that foreskin can glide back and forth over both glands of the two guys at the same time. And it's a very pleasurable feeling. So this works when at least one guy has his foreskin. Now, it's also true some guys don't have quite enough foreskin to be able to get it over the other guy's glands that easily. But they could, still do it part way. Also, this is something that both guys are not circumcised.
I've got to turn it off. Sorry. I was
it can also be
guy explain what docking is.
Either guy can put his foreskin over the head of the other guy's penis.
It was hypnotic in its baby Huey-esqueness.
Pleasurable.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was horrible.
He's worthy of the kiwi farm. So, how dare you let a non-Hyperborean touch you? I am a true and honest fan and think you could do much better to keep yourself... Okay, I don't want to get banned because I'm doing this on my official account. I just need him to know that we don't like his partner. It's much better. You have obvious signs of very high testosterone.
Yeah.
Testosterone.
Wow.
Pure.
Wow.
Hyperborean blood. And general. And a man of kindred honor and military prowess. I'm spelling it wrong and I don't care. I'm passionate. He needs to know you could have any man. How could you betray us? I don't know. I just want to comment. Please don't ban me. I had to. There, are you happy, bros? I recommend everyone subscribe to Sam C. He's got a great knowledge. He's written academic articles.
Foreskin.
Yeah, on my other Discords. Rose has sent me his academic stuff, and it's amazing. All right, so as usual,
I'd like to read the description of his channel because of how academic it sounds. The description is there are so many myths out there about the. I mean, sure, but just the second sentence is that we are here to talk about the awesomeness of the foreskin and the problems of circumcision. It's just like, I mean, that's the second sentence. This guy, he's got research papers. We're here to talk about the awesomeness of the foreskin. Bro, it's so fucking rad.
the best part is a Niner. Put me
Don't get me wrong.
A Niner,
yeah,
is a Niner contact. Literally, is the person that this is the true inner ONA. This is what I get put on to by Niners. I get put on to really cool shit like that guy.
Yeah.
How do I show both of us? I'm making this.
Okay.
There we go. So we got the 3 screens and shit. Yeah. So yeah, like Kiwi Farms, please start documenting this man. Like.
Yeah, that is something. That is something.
All right. Now we are on this one. 31 minutes in, so that's usually when I get to the point.
Oh.
So it's time to start with Cyraxx.
Well, now we were planning on starting 2 hours ago. Fine.
Yeah, but
well,
on my
I have
screen.
my screen.
This gets so
All
strange.
right, let's see. I am sharing my screen.
Yep. I'll put that shit, man.
Perfect.
Let me just unmute it.
Yeah, if you
Cyraxx,
put
the
that up.
sound of silence. So we'll keep a footnote in
Yeah,
my
so-
YouTube of this is when to start watching. All right, I'm ready.
Somebody make a. All right, perfect. I'd like to introduce you first of all to the musician Cyraxx. There are a lot of AI songs of his now. People have taken his voice and they've sampled it, but this is before all that. This is doing a cover. And, I got this out of the Vic Exter video, so I don't know where he got it, but he links all of his sources.
Cool.
This name, bitch.
No darkness, my old friend. I'll come to talk with you again.
I knew it would be bad, but I didn't think it would be.
It's mostly mumbles.
Even on heroin, I'm more fucking crazy.
He's a straight edge kid too. He thinks drugs are stupid and stuff. He's one of those.
Like
He's one of those
Hanrahan.
talks shit on drugs, never done drugs kind of people.
Hanrahan, straight edge. This is what being sober does, people.
Come on, Jake.
Oh man, that's deep. In this dream, I walk alone.
Oh.
It's actually getting okay.
You're falling into the trap now. You're falling into the trap. Just remember the dog dick. Remember how infected his penis got?
I don't know.
You saw that picture probably.
No.
He took a stylus.
Wait, he fucked his dog?
This is that. He took a
Wait, what?
yeah, we all think, yeah, fuck the dog to death. But besides that,
Oh god.
yeah.
Holy
The voices never shut.
So fucking good.
No one dared the
And the sound of silence. Gets all French. Silence. This is something, huh? Rah, rah, rah. When he does that, he goes. This is when he starts getting real passionate. Watch.
They're going away. Oh, so long.
Oh, so long.
People bow and
Yeah. Rah, rah, rah.
Alcohol syndrome was the norm.
And so, if you take a look at him, he does show all the signs.
Can you share a picture
Yeah.
of King Charles II just as context?
I was right about to say, if Habsburg, if the Habsburg jaw is a sign of Hyperborean, then sure, I guess maybe you're right.
This guy is
Damn.
So into Zone, you should do a recording where you. Oh, I can't see it because the love heart's in the way. Attempt to recreate this masterpiece, even if you can only reach a tenth
Of the greatness, will be well worth it.
I mean, I think I can recreate it. He has a kind of Johnny Cash vibe to him, you know, the Man in Black, you know.
Terrible.
Cocaine Blues is a fucking fantastic song.
Man.
I know what Cyraxx
No.
in his mind thinks this is. And he's got the synth going, you know, like right at the correct time to do that. Like right at the correct I need Dr. James Henneschel. He's a academic who's very, very, very good with regards to music. And he and I have talked quite a bit about Richard Malt. I should see if James Henneschel can go into depth on Cyraxx's music. I'm sorry, James. No, he doesn't. He dated someone.
No,
with
no
children.
worries.
I forgot her name.
It's-
Well, then he's pretty alpha then, because he got laid. You know, like
Yeah. Now, Cyraxx somehow gets his attention. I don't know exactly what he does, but
he's unique. I can fix
he,
it.
you know,
And
I've seen P.T. Barnum in a picture with two of them, so I don't know. Anyway, that's a little American
Well, he has
entrepreneurship joke. Anyway,
well, he has enough fucking charisma to have the Kiwi farms get obsessed with him. You need charisma of some degree.
and we're talking about Cyraxx still,
Yeah,
or
yeah. Like if you're
Yeah.
boring,
now I don't know if
he's doing shit right in life.
he's not boring. There's that much for sure. I mean, even tonight, it's very likely that he'll be on the Music Biz Marty panel, yelling and screaming and whipping his dick out for all
Really?
to see. And when he gets mad, he tries to get so.
You need to
I mean,
explain
it's hard to
this
start even from the
audience,
beginning.
because I actually don't know anything about him other than.
Still showing my shared screen.
Mhm.
Okay, then this is a picture of him when he was younger.
Yeah.
This is right around the time he left high school at 23 years old.
23 left high school?
He was already losing his hair. I
Well, that
if
means
I'm
this
getting
is
any
high
of the facts and
testosterone.
stuff, somebody please let me know.
When did he's got high testosterone?
I'm
Dihydrotestosterone converter. You know,
I, you know, I
alpha,
guess
alpha male.
I guess I've never hated. There you go. Me and we have that in common. I guess I went bald, so that proves my manliness. Huh?
Yeah,
It's an interesting way of looking at the world.
and
Perfect.
dihydrotestosterone is
Phenomenal.
like significantly stronger than normal testosterone. It's like comparing morphine to heroin, which is diacetyl morphine. You know, morphine.
You know, somebody needs to
it's alpha. We need to do a study
exactly.
to help him.
We need to do a
understand
study.
why he.
Where
is
is my cupbearer? Where is my grapes girl? You know what I mean?
Oh fuck! His teeth.
Wine libations.
So how
There's
did he get
something.
started?
There's something, aren't they? Now,
How did he get
now
started?
he started trying to be in after high school. He started trying to. This is his
Photos of property.
like
personal
arrest
injury.
report.
Well, we've all
He
had
attacked
that.
his grandmother because, yeah,
I know.
and that's nothing.
Why did he? I know that he lives in like a
Let's see.
shack, right? That's moldy and falling apart, and that he lives with his grandmother, who he beat the shit out of, right?
This is her. This is his grandmother. Yep. And so he
Did he
beat the
fuck
shit
her?
out of her, and that was no. So
Okay.
that hasn't happened, but we all have theories about his fantasies. Recently, in the past few months, he's looked up because the people who troll him are, I mean, for years they told him they were going to make him the next Chris Chan, and then Chris Chan really set the bar high. You know,
Yeah.
let's just leave it at that. I don't want to set
Yeah,
the bar
Oedipus
so high,
complex.
and
He fulfilled every
and-
child's Freudian unconscious dream, except he waited until he was in his
See,
40s, and he was 80 something.
that's why I'm glad I'm a Jungian. You know, I don't have those
Yeah,
deep-rooted fantasies.
But isn't
Anyway,
he part of the collective unconscious? He's part of
yeah, exactly.
like
Yeah,
like,
he
to
believes in the
oversimplify
collective
things
unconscious,
horribly. Osley, Jesus Christ.
and
Alright, fuck. If in Afghanistan,
but this is his grandmother here.
where is Sharia
Um,
police when you need
so
to
he
go
would
to-
make.
Yeah, sorry, continue.
Yeah, he started trying to make music, and so
I can relate.
after, you know,
about the idea of him going to see this girl.
so
And of course, Sally, being a
Play
smart
this.
woman, told him that he could not walk to Kansas
Ohio,
and that
Akron,
the
Ohio,
girl was probably fake. An
his
argument
grandma told
ensued,
him.
and Sally turned her back on Chance.
And so Cyrax's
Chance
real name.
attacked her, beating and strangling her so bad that she had marks on her neck. Here is what the police report says. The victim states she and the suspect were arguing because he wanted to take his belongings to Kansas. Victim states he had nothing lined up
So
or
this
planned
is
for a
his
move to
mugshot.
Kansas and told him he
Oh,
could
man,
not
that's
take
a
his
good
things
one.
from the house. The victim states that the argument quickly turned physical when the suspect began to choke her, grab her arms, and punch her in the back. The suspect fled on foot and was apprehended without incident.
Guy who runs around like Quasimodo.
Nothing would
He
happen
has
until
like
April 3rd of
he has the same
2012,
step
when
as a
Chance
hunchback.
uploaded a new song
He
along with
runs
a
from the
skateboard
cops.
montage.
Let's
June
see.
2nd of 2012,
Now I have a
Chance would
couple.
upload the
I have a couple ones I was going to show you. He started out in the Juggalo community. Now
Oh,
Juggalos
no. Oh, man.
in America, yes. So you know about them.
Yes, of course I do.
Now, the thing that got me interested in Cyrax specifically was, I think it might have been 2013 or 2014. I was living in Los Angeles, and I worked over on Sunset Boulevard, and I used to go to the Rainbow Room all the time, and that's where like all the old rockers used to go in the 70s and 80s. Like Lemmy Kilmister used to go there every night. And so a lot of people who were in the music industry would go there. It was right down the street from a comedy factory, and I met somebody who looks just like Cyrax. They were another juggalo. They were starting their own record label, and it was, something about clowns. And I remember I kept trying to be polite, and not stare at this person because they had the look of someone whose physical body could not house a mind of, I'm sure that there were some mental implications, is all I'm saying. And I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way. You know what I mean? A lot of people can go very far, but this person looked off. You know what I mean? There's a glazed look in the eye. It's the uncanny valley. Same reason why people don't want to see a zombie. It's like it looks close enough. But I'm not trying to be that fucked up or anything. But
don't worry.
Don't drink if you're pregnant.
If you're pregnant,
just read enough studies.
Fetal alcohol syndrome was a big deal. It was like the cool thing to have where I grew up. Sniffing glue and petrol too. I did sniff glue.
Okay, sniffing glue and petrol too. That sounds like a lyric.
Well,
yeah.
It's just that when you're 8 and everyone's sniffing petrol and that, and then getting arrested. I've seen Aboriginals get 9-year-old have 3 cops have to fucking subdue him when I was like 10 because he was on so much petrol. I'm not being racist.
That's a strong kid.
That's where I grew up. He was trying to smash us with rocks. Rock fighting was a big thing where I grew up too. Fetal alcohol syndrome was very normal at my school. Very fucking normal.
Yeah.
I don't have it, and it just sort of like cast me out of the, norm. If only I had fetal alcohol syndrome, I could have been like accepted. Fucking hell. I'm not kidding. It was very normal where I grew up. So
it's endemic in certain areas or systemic. I can't remember the right word in this instance, but certain places and certain times, there will be an outbreak of things that happen among kids, for whatever reason. The land changes and stuff. Or people just all start drinking around the same time, and now their kids come out with fetal alcohol syndrome.
Where in America is he from?
I
do need context because I know very little about America.
Now he was born, and it's one of those things in America where depending on where you are, the culture varies very widely. And his family, when he was born in Alaska.
Alaska. Okay.
So he is, yeah. Now his father, whose name was Rupel, I think Rupel Marx or Rupel Marx Smith. Yeah, Ruple. Rupel is another interesting character. They look white, as we would say in American, white. I don't know exactly. He claims to be related to Jonathan Putnam, who I don't know, some old English settler. So I think they claim to be of British descent. Some old English settler. So his father is actually convicted child. Now, I don't know if he's convicted rapist. So
Jesus.
in Alaska, not long after. Now, Chance was born Patrick. His name was Patrick. I think Patrick Smith was his first name. So I think his dad, Rupel Smith, after he was born, not too long after, he ended up grabbing a 14-year-old girl off of a bike path, her into the forest, and I don't really want to explain much further than that, but
psychopath possibly.
Exactly. Now, Music Biz Marty actually did an interview with him because they
Really?
found him. He went to jail. Yeah, they found him. That might be in here. Which I doesn't really get to kind of that's the prelim. That's even before like his emergence on the internet. It's really interesting. Like where to start? Start with his history or show like how it emerged on the internet because he is already so prevalent on the internet by the time they found any of this out. I do have a couple clips where his dad shows up in here as well. But his dad was in jail for 20 some odd years. His mother, who, when we've seen the pictures, she seems to be possibly mentally disabled as well. So it raises the question, like, about his father, like going after, like, younger women and marrying someone
it sounds
who.
like he's a sexual sadistic psychopath. He's deliberately going for easy prey that he can manipulate, dominate, and control. I know a lot about this shit with psychopaths because I've had to deal with a lot of them, and I studied them.
Absolutely, and now after he was released from jail in Alaska, apparently before he was convicted before 1994, which apparently means he did not have to file or register as a sex offender, which I do not understand the laws in every single different state, but that's something absolutely abhorrent to me. It is amazing. That's amazing.
So it goes in the family.
It's amazing. I don't know. But also his grandfather, so Rupal's dad, was, so his dad married the mother, who's the grandmother that we saw the picture of. She was having children with her husband at the age of 14. So it's like he's like a third generation. Cyraxx is the third generation of some kind of genetic predilection toward predatory sexual habits. You know what I mean?
Fucking yeah.
I don't know. Even like I don't care what time it is when I don't understand when people say, oh, it was another time or something. It's like, look, if you live in the forest and you've never seen another people, maybe, or something, but you still don't want to. What gets in your head? What gets in your head to want someone in that? But apparently Rupal, his first wife, whose Chance's mother was not underage. He says that they knew each other. That he says that it was the love of his life since elementary school. So it's possible that his dad and mother were not this kind of a case, but his grandparents were. Rupal grew up in a home where his mother was maybe 15 years older than him. You know what I mean? There's got to be odd psychologies to that. Ted Bundy was in a situation like that where his mother was a teen pregnancy.
Ted Bundy,
man. Bundy Chew maybe, but the real Ted Bundy.
No, yeah. He was a bastard. He was natural. He was the natural.
He was a bastard, and he grew up believing that his grandmother, he was like 8 or 9 when he found out his sister. Yes, exactly. And so that's how Cyraxx.
Okay.
He ingratiated himself with
to be a Ted Bundy, and because psychopaths in general need sexual sadistic psychopaths in particular. They choose victims. The victimology is usually easy. A lot of them will choose children not that look the way that they want, but they're not actually pedophiles purely because the opportunity. Because psychopaths will, like BTK, he would stalk this girl for like 7 years to kill her, but then a girl of opportunity shows up during that time, and then he moves and he kills that woman because the opportunity for the one he's stalking constantly, which is a full-time job.
Ted Bundy has that instance as well. Mm-hmm. Ted Bundy also has an instance of that where he killed a young girl, which seems to be a 12-year-old girl. Yeah. So that one seems to be a crime of opportunity because it didn't fit his normal modus operandi.
He would do things like smash a light in a like when he walked down an apartment to get into a where there's bushes and it's well lit, and he would do something like deliberately break a girl's car down and then wait in the bushes, smash the light a few days earlier, have it so her friends have to drop her off because her car is being serviced because he messed it up, and then he hides in the bushes, and at like 8 p.m. the girl disappears and no one hears a thing. He grabs her into the bushes and takes her in, smashes her on the head, puts her in his Volkswagen, drives out, and kills her. And
did he have a Beetle or did he have a Carmagia?
He had a Volkswagen, like all these guys did. Now, Ted Bundy also would pretend to be crippled and carrying things, and because he had charisma, because he was attractive, he
tried to garner sympathy.
He would wear casts and carry lots of books and look like he's a student really trying, and he'd drop everything, looking pathetic, and then the girls would help him. Then he would hit them with the lead pipe, take them in the car, and then behead them and use their heads to perform fellatio. But he's totally innocent.
He was a sick fuck.
Sexiest man.
100%.
Yeah. All these women just were all over him. He snuck.
There's a whole psychology to that as well. Women who fall in love with serial killers, like not just regular serial killers, because you didn't see any groupies for the Golden State Killer, because he was just he looked like Rick Moranis. You know what I mean? He looked like this little fucking dude who didn't seem, and he just seemed like some suburban guy. But that's what I was going to say. But Richard Ramirez, who walks in with a fucking pentagram on his hand, he does, but not when he smiled, he looked like a junkie.
Oh yeah. Richard Ramirez.
Ramirez teeth were horrible.
Coke and he was mainlining a fuckload of coke and heroin. And trust me, as somebody who has, as a reputable person who has speedballed IV, it's a fucking wild ride. It is a wild ride back in the day, and meth too. He was doing everything. Like he was at that same place that that girl showed up in the fucking water tank at one point. Ramirez.
Yes, absolutely. I cannot remember the name of it, but yeah.
BTK
the Cecil, the Hotel Cecil.
BTK is old, and BTK, Bind, Torture, Kill, was so unassuming.
Exactly.
They're usually unassuming. Richard Ramirez is a different case because he is the
was caught. He was so he seemed so bored about it. He didn't deny it or anything. BTK was something else. He was just they're like, why don't you tell us exactly how it happened? And he was like, no.
I fell asleep to the soothing voice of an audiobook of a guy essentially reading BTK's own words. Because I've got PTSD, right? And I have to have a fan going to fall asleep, especially when I was alone. I'd have a fan going and an audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
And I got bored of listening to the same audiobooks, and I started listening to a lot of serial killer audiobooks falling asleep. And the BTK one, one by John Douglas, FBI profiler that Mindhunter is based on. His books are fantastic. His book on BTK is great. And BTK's book, sort of in his own words, he ruins serial killers for you. Like he's so lame, and he ruins everything good. I know that's a weird thing to say, but he makes serial killing lame and pathetic. And even John Douglas, reading his diary, says there's nothing more pathetic in this world than an aging serial killer. He was doing shit like autoerotic asphyxiating himself while his kids are at fucking Boy Scouts. He's in the forest leaning forward, wearing a mask, having pictures of
Yeah.
himself to masturbate to taken, and he came just from the rope. He doesn't actually touch himself. It's just, and he likes to pretend he's his own victims, and then the pictures of him where he's like buried himself, and oh man, he's so weird. He is so weird. He ruins mysticism because he's dumb. Unlike
Yeah.
Bundy, who's just a absolute, void. There's nothing behind those eyes.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
just a lizard.
It's just walking, Corunzon made flesh.
Yeah. I'm gonna win the case. I'm innocent. Wait.
You know what? I don't need a lawyer.
No, I don't need a lawyer.
You gotta move the.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I love women.
You need to part your hair to the other side. Part your hair the other way so that
like
just to throw us off.
Kind of.
Really? That's funny. I mean, he looks like a very generic individual. He has a very generic look. So
that's what they all do.
To look at Ted Bundy, he's a very
really
unassuming looking individual.
Unassuming.
Exactly.
I kept saying about the spook thing. The reason it's interesting is I like to play myself down. I'm not at the moment, but my old videos and shit, I look quite unassuming. You can learn a lot from
it's different
of how to operate from these guys, because they're masters of observing human behavior and psychology, and the killing is a full-time job for them. It's their real job. They deliberately choose menial, shitty jobs so they can spend all their time driving around to stalk. Their whole life revolves around stalking. First phase is the stalking phase, and then they go into, and it's a full-time job, to quote Berkowitz. I wasn't just out there, one night of the week, to kill. I was out there every night, but he was also out there with at least 3-4 other guys and a girl. But anyway, I know we're going off into a tangent, but sexual sadistic psychopaths, if they're not strong or charismatic, Ted Bundy being, a tall guy, he could overpower a woman. He still uses tactics that are very.
Sorry, I just checked. Even as of right now, Cyraxx is live on someone's channel right now,
God.
yelling and screaming.
Can you show me?
Would you like to check it out?
Yes. But Cyraxx, I don't know much about him, but his father sounds like a sexual sadistic psychopath. And the only reason that they don't take it
his father has since his father, after he got out of jail, he changed his name, and now he's actually transitioned to a female, and his father is now of course his father now goes by the name Raven something or other. I don't even know how to tell you, like, the lore goes so deep with this Cyraxx shit. Like, that's why I don't know how to begin. I don't know how to start telling you.
You've done a good job with the father
and
the family background, because I didn't know any of that.
Genetics do have a bearing, especially with there's something so off about a family. They call it the Habsburg jaw, not because one Habsburg had a deformed jaw, because it was a familial trait, right? And so when you find, people want to say being like a predator, being a predator is not a
I got to say one thing. Someone says something quite
genetic.
funny.
Well,
the world is predictable, boring, and gay. I just had to read that comment of someone. It's
pretty true. To quote the still living Billy Corgan, The world is a vampire. Here we go. So let's see. So I should be pops up.
The world is a giant gutter in outer space.
My Chrome instance.
Okay, that's Cyrax is
Okay,
more
so
attractive.
I know what happened to me.
Rose, give me your take on would you do you find Cyrax attractive?
You know, Rose, I'm very interested in how you came across Sam C. What made you interested in Sam C?
And
All
red
right.
pilled, according to one of my true and honest fans.
Based and red pilled. Based and red pilled.
I'm literally Ted Bundy. You see, oh my chat is always fun. At what point down the family tree did it go wrong? Where are the Zoomers? They're only boomer millennials in here. I'm a Zoomer. Okay, so Rose
right?
doesn't want to. He also illustrated a manga of his murder. Oh yeah, it's fucking Japanese names. Isai Sagawa. He's the cannibal that killed that lovely French poet.
Yes.
The stream has ended. Cricket noise. What's... Okay,
I stream it.
Want the hillbilly types.
Rose is not a fan of this type. Well, neither is Lard. If anyone wanted to go check out William Glorio's live stream right now, there's 750 people watching because Cyrax is on there. You know what I mean? My screen is not wanting to do page
on my
keeping
stream
unresponsive.
with a thumbnail of me.
Oh man, that's the.
And I'll shave some of my hair and make it thinner, and try and look more bold. Like I don't know. I'm talking like
people have been.
I don't get
That's
it.
funny. Let me see.
I mean, Jacob Cyraxx is different because he hasn't done anything. He wrote books and he said shit when he was drunk.
Yeah.
About killing homeless people that were threatening him. You know, like
Jacob Cyraxx is also anti-pedo. He's pretty anti-pedo stuff. So that right there, that there is proof. You know, that's pretty much like the main thing that's important. Don't think it's all right.
I came about the foreskin guy
by
looking up something connected to circumcision. Rose is very into the circumcision guy. We need to make that guy on the Kiwi farms at some point. We need to find out more about him. But anyway, so Cyraxx is from a family where spousal abuse, violence, alcoholism, and pedophilia and child and teen pregnancy is normal.
I can't say for sure about the spousal abuse.
Incest was most likely the case too if the father had daughters, given he's a sexualistic, psychopathic, opportunistic rapist. And so Cyraxx being very
that as well.
Right? But he's very small. Fetal alcohol.
He's got a very small frame, yeah.
And so he doesn't have the physical strength to, you know, overpower a woman. So to feel powerful, he would need a child, essentially.
Yeah.
In a sexual context.
No, but what he does is he finds people online. He finds kids online, and then he'll do the online predator thing. He used to have Facebook groups set up for kids who feel bullied. Oh, look at me! I've obviously been bullied. Do you see what I mean? So I don't know exactly how it was, but piqued the interest of Masshole Mafia, who is her name's Kate. She's a YouTube streamer, and she goes after people who seem to be predators online. And she heard about Cyraxx because it was going around the locale rounds, and she got the vibe, and so she gave him the bait. She pretended to be a young kid. And people have run sting operations where they'll say, "Hey, I'm feeling bullied," and his response every time he gets caught sending a picture of his genitalia to a minor is, "Oh, she told me she was 18," and it's like, we have the evidence. No, it's like at first she didn't say how old, but they say, "I've got coloring books I'm taking to school tomorrow." What do you think that means? They'll say some shit to him that is so clearly, something that only a child would say. Like, "My mom's making dinner right now," or I have homework, and he'll end up just not reading that and be like, "Oh."
This is just a
And that's the other thing too. This is the convolution. This is how convoluted it gets, because I had already forgot that the reason he ends up finding these kids is because he set up this anti-bullying thing a lot of times. So I mean, like even me, I've been watching this so much to where there's like a break in my mind where it's like, wow, he's doing this to kids, but it's also, you got to think, how easy is it to find kids, I guess, online and keep hearing about this shit through Discord servers or whatever. But then he's actively set up this little honey trap. Exactly. It's like, one of the best parts about the internet is just the Wild West. But when you have the ability to keep your kids out of the fucking Wild West.
Don't let your kids have a fucking use your fucking iPad, because they'll go on.
Yeah, there's
and
never.
They target children's servers, like the 764 dickheads. They would target, and they use also
Roblox,
things
right?
Like
Roblox servers.
But YouTubers that young people like. So I don't know who they are because I'm old, but like if this was 2012, it would be PewDiePie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So all the 12-year-olds shit are on, and then they invite them to the Discord service on the YouTube comments, and they use things like Roblox. They use these free-to-play games for kids, and they set up. And then there's the worst shit that me and a contact, like I was showing you, the some of the screenshots from that, over 2,000 people in this pedophile network that I'm wanting to. Somebody infiltrated a pedophile network with more than 2,000 active members, and they sent me. They're not associated with the far right. This is like furries and shit like that, and these people have pictures of like teddy bears and shit like that, because they're infantilizing their avatars to look, they don't use anime
innocent
avatars. They're all like old, and it's all. I've only seen shit from, because you have to apply to get into their secret fucking element servers and shit like that, through applications of like what you're into. I mean, it'd be a great honey trap for if a special branch or fucking Asia or the FBI set up deliberate, like when joining certain servers and shit, you have to fill out forms on like Google Forms.
Yeah, exactly.
Pedophiles are doing this. and they're like asking, what's your preference? What to get in? It's like when I tried to infiltrate the incel for fucking servers or shit like that, and they banned me. I couldn't. The incels wouldn't fucking. It's the only thing I couldn't infiltrate was the fucking incel servers, because I wasn't autistic enough, essentially. But the pedophile ones, like, you could just set this up as a honey trap, and you'll get thousands if you keep it, like. And I'm gonna have to show this shit at some point. It's just, So Cyraxx is doing a little. So when did he start doing that? Was that the hip hop thing that got him on the map?
So the hip hop thing, I turned off that screen because my whole computer was acting up, and it wasn't even generating.
Screen share.
I sent you I believe through, let's see,
On Discord,
we'll get
you
that
can
back.
send me links.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll send this right now to you just in case. Apparently they're live at the moment.
Because the hip hop is hilarious. Like that's what I go for lolcows, like sonitude, shit that people who are deluded that think that their shit is good when it's objectively terrible and
that's
lazy.
Yeah.
Like I lost.
And that's exactly what he is. He has no talent. He is absolutely the worst. I don't know how to. I don't know what else to say. He just is the
like
worst at.
With the music. The music was so funny. I haven't lost it like that in a long time, man. I appreciate that because that it's rare that I lose it and crack up laughing that hysterically like I did when you played that Cyrax song, man.
It's something.
So that's a gift.
No, I just sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
oh, I'm in the wrong
I just
chat.
sent you. No worries. I just sent you where he's live right now. If you wanted to check that out over on the William Glory Hole channel.
Yep.
William Glory Hole has been trolling him for quite some time, and under that, I made a little compilation of a little, just not a public playlist, but if anyone is ever interested
Can you
in
see?
watching.
Oh wait, I'll have
Trolling you? Who's controlling anybody?
No, you're trying to. You're trying to control me. No,
how am I controlling you?
Well, let's see. You're trying to control me by trying to make it to where I can't make money.
Absolutely.
Every time I start up a Kick or Twitch to be able to make money to show that I'm doing better for
money.
It's not validating,
which is understandable.
Yeah, I mean, we told you.
Oh man, video unavailable. Cannot connect. Please wait while we try and reconnect. Why is this? He doesn't sound as retarded. Maybe his diction has gotten better.
Oh, looks like the video just was taken down. The video was taken down.
Yeah. Cyrax buys William buys Cyrax's girlfriend a ring she could never afford, looking like he's going to steal her. So they're trying to. So it's just typical.
They try to troll stuff. They try to get under his skin. He currently has a girlfriend who's in Australia, by the way.
Really?
So,
I can.
Yep,
I can pretend to cuck Cyrax. Oh god.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you show me his girlfriend?
Absolutely.
Has he ever met her?
You know what?
Has he ever met
Of course
her?
not. He's never been to Australia. I mean, he's met her online, and they've been dating for about a month now. She has 2 kids, and he calls them his sons. Yeah, he says my sons. Like he has this sick obsession with wanting to be a stepfather, and then they cracked into his. They've hacked his. And there you go. They've hacked into his Google Chrome, and they've found his search history, which shows stepfather, stepson stuff. It is.
So he's a pedophile.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
He's a repressed homosexual, then possibly.
Not repressed, because when he was and he was 21 years old at this point in his high school career. The lore is an ending. I can't tell you. I'm holding my head right now because it's amazing. There's so much. There was.
Be a good reference for you to screen share. You can
the Kiwi Farms is another one
because it's a fucking mess. The article on Cyrax.
I actually don't use Kiwi Farms all that much. I got nothing against it, but I'm also having a hard time sharing anything at the moment. I'm using a laptop.
Oh, yeah.
I need to set up my other computer, but the laptop is sounding a little overworked at the moment. But what is it?
I can do it. Screen share on Discord, and you'd be able to see too. the Kiwi Farms page.
Yeah.
It's I only know through like it's just because of how it's set up. It's hard to kind of get a grasp of the history of him. Unlike with Christian, where you've got the quickie.
Yeah, exactly. And that is a nice comprehensive. That one they kind of it's a little more disjointed because they explain what they know in that moment in time. So you go back to last March and they'll explain something that they found out about at that day, but it doesn't fit chronologically with when it happened in his life. So
you need to know.
You have to.
You need to already know the story to actually understand what the hell's going on. That's why I didn't want to cover locales too. Was I've been following Christian since 2007. I grew up with Christian's antics back in the day, and whereas these other guys going through that Killstream guys, 10 years of Ethan Ralph's history, who isn't interesting to me because he hasn't made a retarded comic that's fucking hilarious. Like Sonichu is legitimately a horrible read in the sense of it being you have to understand his life to even understand the fucking comic, but it's at least fun. I enjoy reading Sonichu. Aspertu was fucking great. So I'll try going on his quickie.
Yeah.
If this will let me, because the Kiwi Farms, not the quickie, the Kiwi Farms is banned, and they keep trying to ban it. It's either I can't use it with the VPN or it's banned in Australia, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I have to turn my VPN back on to access the Kiwi Farms.
Gotcha.
And you can't fucking you're just in a constant state of everything changing legally, where you can't keep up, and medically it's just if you have medical issues and you live in Australia, it's an absolute nightmare trying to work out gets banned, that they won't over other countries that will pay more for it, so all of a sudden you're in withdrawals and shit, like it's and then they won't prescribe alternatives, and then they completely stop things because of politics. I mean, I know in America the health system is fucked, but in Australia, and also I think it's fucking up my stream. Sorry, I think I can't access the Kiwi Farms and everything was fucking up the stream. I should, are you there?
I am, yes. Do you hear me still?
Yep, I fucked up the stream with the VPN, but yeah, I can't access the Kiwi Farms for some reason. Is there... So when did people discover him? It was his music, right? And him like causing arguments over hip hop.
He was causing arguments in the Juggalo community because some people didn't like him, and then they didn't like he causes drama wherever he goes because I wish I had these clips queued up, but everything was crashing on my computer, so I'm just glad that Discord is still going strong.
Don't feel bad. You've seen how this stream has turned out
on both our ends. On both our ends. Yeah, I I used to have a podcast. Tonight was exceptionally more difficult than usual on both our ends.
Oh yeah.
But there was somebody from the Juggalo community who had, yeah, and there if you go to
Okay, I'm dragging it over us, so we'll be able to see your playlist. 8 minutes
Okay.
straight to see. Can you see this on? I'll
Let's
screen
see.
share to you. This is how convoluted. Welcome to the world of streaming. Share my
Yeah.
screen. I'll share my screen while streaming, if I can. I don't even know
If
it
you
will
can't
let me.
share it to the actual stream, that'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I think it will.
That way they can see it. It'll work better.
Yeah, yeah. And so which video do you want me to play first? Marshall.
You know, if you go to like the history of Cyraxx part 1, there's part 1 of 4 toward the bottom. If you go about an hour and 30 minutes in, then let me see. Where does it really start? There's about if you get
It's just this.
if you go,
Hour and.
it's very comprehensive. Let's see. Oh, if you go to 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 58 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going.
1:56:58.
1:56:58.
This
Okay.
right here. This is a treat. This is a treat.
Cyraxx, all
And
you did was scream over me and insult me, and there are terms for this that are very clear and set terms, and all you need to do is comply.
Marty, why would I fucking comply with you when I did what
Because your girlfriend's life was at stake.
Dude, I did what you asked of me.
No, you haven't.
I did what you asked of me with my girl on the fucking channel. I complied with you.
No,
I gave you what you wanted. I gave you what you wanted, motherfucker.
Cyraxx, what I want is an hour and 15-minute conversation. I've come down from 2 hours where we can have an exchange, and you see, you're already talking. Like, I have to mute you because you are so non-compliant.
Is this the right one? 1:56. Is
not
esotericist
complying.
education?
He's not complying.
He's not complying. Yeah, I see that.
Shit. I have
I've come down from 2 hours
no idea.
where we can have an exchange, and you see, you're already talking.
So
Yeah, you know what? I wrote down some of the wrong notes. This should not be. That's all right. You know what? That should have been where he was explaining the difference between the N word with the hard R or not with the hard R.
Is that part 2? Maybe?
So apparently, I can't trust even my own Fixer Cyraxx 1. Well, yeah, I guess I can't even trust my own notes here. But yeah, so he was pissing off a lot of people in the community he was trying to join.
Because he was saying the N word with an R instead of with an A.
No, that's completely separate. He was pissing them off because he was acting like he represented their whole community, it seems. And a lot of people did not want him to be the face. Yeah, he wanted to be the official outer representative, and some people were saying that, you know, so they brought him on to some podcast panels where that community gets together and publicly hashes out their beef. Apparently, you know, if they have problems with each other, they make sure that the Juggalo community is strong, I guess. So he goes on there, and one person is grilling him about, you know, well, what Insane Clown Posse album got you into, what made you like the community? And he was like, oh man, I don't know, it's been so long. Like he has no knowledge of the band that formed the community. It's like if you're a deadhead, but
and you think
yeah,
that fucking I'm trying to think of like Lamb of God is the coolest band ever, and you're talking to guys that listen to fucking you know, Belcatre and French avant-garde black metal, like teenage me, teenage me and my friends. You don't, you like Lamb of God, We listen to Despel Amiga. We listen to Belcatreb. We listen to Mutilation, who don't tune their guitars, who shoot heroin as album covers, who deliberately sound terrible and play out of tune.
Yeah.
Because we're...
I mean...
But at least we're pretentious because we like obscure, weird shit. And we know about it.
And that's the difference, though. You know, Lamb of God is still trying to sound good because they still want to sell records and everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's the difference of trying to be mainstream.
Metal was, exceptional. Despel Amiga is my favorite band ever.
Very cool. I'll need to look into them.
A lot of my style with regards to guitar comes from Despel Amiga, also from old esotericist, which is not as cool as the French stuff in my old circle because they use keyboards. But I get it with how when you're young, and at least the Juggalos and shit like that. I mean, I like hip hop music a lot, but I'm not into Insane Clown Posse. I knew a friend who was, and I totally get why he was into it. Songs about killing pedophiles and stuff like that. Like,
it's interesting that it attracted Cyraxx when he has a predilection towards pedophilia. You know what I mean? It's very interesting
like the music.
that
it's just a way for him to try and get to underage girls, I assume.
Or that he probably fell into that group of guys who wants that perfect goth girl or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? The I can't remember what like the rest of the meme is, but like, oh, just give me a big titty goth girl. That's what it is. He's looking for the big titty goth girl. And so,
oh god.
But so they called him out. He couldn't really prove his knowledge at all. He even said, "I don't really have the knowledge, but I'm still one of you. It's okay." Yeah, I just have the vibes. I just really like the community. Oh, I just really love the community. It's like, but why? When the community is based around this music and you won't listen to the music, it doesn't make sense. Like it's counterintuitive to logic. Just the shit that comes out of his mouth.
He just sounds like a really stupid psychopath. Like a psychopath that is
honestly, that's how I think of him. I mean, he has delusions of grandeur. He has absolute delusions of grandeur. He's made about $111 in the last 10 years of streaming.
$111.
$111, I believe, is what they found out. And so
from what? I mean, I've made
from a little bit of ad revenue. Well, he ended up having some ad revenue through Twitch before they got his Twitch banned because he was talking to minors, So it's amazing.
So
he ends up. I mean, none. He'll make a video saying the other main character in this Cyraxx verse is Music Biz Marty. Music Biz Marty Music Biz Marty started out just kind of like as like the normal troll. Like he's the one who took a special fancy to Cyraxx and wanted to make fun of him. So there are videos of Cyraxx, he thought that he got signed to a record label, so he puts on a leather jacket, he's acting all cool with sunglasses, and he's doing like these kind of like looks like yeah, exactly, like looking down above his glasses like he's so cool, sitting there like let me talk to you guys,
starting the stream with the shirt open, like
popping his collar. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's just no, but he's doing it in a way to draw attention, in a way to be flamboyant, and
I'm totally not doing that myself.
No, you're too charismatic to be overly but no, I mean, so then it ended up being this whole ploy to make him think that he had a record deal with one group, and then they said that they sold his contract to Music Biz.
Nintendo, and
was really exactly. So they pulled one of those on him. Basically, he thought he was really gonna sell his video game idea, which is a copyright
So
nightmare.
what
I mean,
year? What year
how
was this? This would have been like 20.
this is 2017 maybe.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know. Fuck, I mean, it's insane how long this has been going on. 2017, 2018, maybe 2019 or whatever. And so he thought that he was going to join them. Music Biz Marty was just fucking with him. He, that they end up catching him do these honey traps for kids, and then
So he's
now
doing that
I don't
alongside of
know
his
if
amazing music.
Yeah, exactly. So he does bad music. He wants to be an eraser. He sits on a computer chair. Like if you were to take suspenders and put them behind your computer chair and pretend that you were buckling up like a 5-point harness, like an F1 racer, you know what I mean? That's what he does. Exactly. It might be a racing game you're playing, but you're still playing a fucking video game in a goddamn computer chair. You don't need a racing harness. You don't need a seatbelt for your computer chair, but he does that kind of thing. It's amazing. So now Music Biz Marty really got his ire up when Cyrax, apparently, who knew Music Biz Marty, either a very good friend of Music Biz Marty or his girlfriend. Now there have been a couple Jamies in Music Biz Marty's life. One of them, I believe, used to be a streamer, and she, I think, I can't remember what her last name was. I think there was a Jamie Lynn and a Jamie Nicole, and one of them was a streamer, and she was in the Juggalo community, and was like a mediator, and actually pretty respected member of that community, and if I'm right, she had passed away, and I don't know if it was her or another or another Jamie that was Music Biz Marty girlfriend. Now, but whatever it was, Cyrax said to Music Biz Marty, "Hey, so and so that you have nude pictures of, she would have wanted me to have them." Now,
He's talking about a dead woman, right?
He's talking about a dead woman. He's talking about a dead
Fucking
woman
hell.
who. So, I mean, whether or not it's a girlfriend or just a friend of yours, you know what I mean? And somehow they pass, and yet at the same time, you have these nude photos of them from whatever reason, and some creep says to you, "Hey, she was my friend too. She would have wanted me to have those pictures too." That is absolutely the lowest, creepiest fucking. There's no logic to it. It's a degenerate mindset of I want to see what that person looked like. I mean, they're dead. They're dead. They're past. There's no respect for the dead. There's no respect for the mourning individual who is probably haunted by these nude photos at this point. For whatever reason they have them, they don't. You can't want to look at them at this point in time, and someone's asking you for them. Someone's telling you they would have wanted because you know what they're going to do with them. You know what Cyrax wanted for, and it's fucking disgusting. It's like the old joke: men only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting.
I don't think he's retarded. Like, I think he's low IQ from what it sounds, but I think
he's very low IQ, but
he knows what he's doing. He's absolutely culpable for his actions.
I believe he's culpable for his actions 100%, but he also does have something where he's stuck like in Groundhog's Day. He lives the same day over and over. He'll make a video one day and say, "I'm leaving YouTube." He'll delete his channel. By the end of that night, he'll have a new channel on YouTube. He'll be talking to the camera as if he has fans. Yeah, it's like compulsive streaming. He'll be talking to the video like, "Hey, what's up, my fans? I love you guys. Thanks for coming out to my show. I'm gonna play some music." And he has that same, like, he has that tone of voice where he's saying hi and he's making sure everyone's having fun. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Go figure, huh?
Go figure, yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Go
to be
figure,
clear,
huh?
I am sober. and this, you know, it's not, and it's not been like the best thing. But people who are
let
straight
me
edge,
go on.
There's just something.
No, they're not trustworthy. Abraham Lincoln didn't think so either. X's on my hands, baby. X's on my hands. Yeah. I mean, Abraham Lincoln said, in my experience, men with no vices have very little virtue. And I always think that somebody must have just tried to be like, yeah,
one vice at least. You know, like one.
At the very least.
Me, it's nicotine.
So smoke a cigarette.
Yep.
I like nicotine. I like caffeine. Caffeine is another vice if you think about it. Caffeine is another one. There you go.
Jake
you know, I mean,
see, I'm alert this time. Giving me
hopefully we passed muster. And yeah, Jake Hanrahan, if you're watching, please unblock me. I'm at Kaspian See.
This is Kaspian See. He's not a fucking Nazi. You blocked him because he defended.
And I'm not a bot.
Yeah. He was defending me with the David Myatt streams because firstly, I was really sick for both of them. Secondly, it was only called Benzoborn because my streams always fuck up, and it was a joke on a Bloodborne stream that I did with Kaspian See, where
it was just another stream issue where the video title
with Hanrahan, I mentioned for PTSD I'm prescribed Valium, right? I don't get
so then it's a prescribed medication.
Yes, and I also have
so it's something prescribed.
And
then you get Valium for that too. They give Valium for epilepsy.
And a barbiturate. Speaking of which, I have to take half a clonazepam. I have to take 1 milligram of clonazepam now. At 2 p.m. I have to take it 4 times a day, and then at night I take a barbiturate. Because the seizures don't stop even with benzos. Even with fucking K-pins, nothing stops it but barbiturates.
And I think that Jake Hanrahan should unblock me, but I do stand by that it is kind of dickish to tell someone with these kind of health problems or health issues.
Too. And so when I get sick,
yeah. So why don't you?
You
know, what would Tom Cruise and the Scientologists say? Do you really need your medicine? Do you really need it?
Oh man. Yes.
I mean, come on. And he's in Australia, where they only give medicine if you really need it, and you almost died to get it.
Because they
fucking A.
Yeah, they crack.
It's not like America where you just say I've got a boo-boo and they give you a fucking OxyContin prescription.
They won't give me anything here, even if I am clinically required to have it, because of minute changes in laws that change the diagnostic criteria, and then cracking down. You're labeled a junkie here, essentially. If you don't get all your medication from one pharmacy, you get flagged now. And the thing is all my medications are all really high scheduled medications, because benzos, barbiturates, opiates, and amphetamine. Yeah. So of course, I have to go to the same fucking pharmacy to not get, and I get flagged if a different pharmacist dispenses the same medication every month, right? I'm not on any programs. This is a normal script. But I get flagged so often that I have to bring all my medication to the same pharmacy. So if I get my OxyContin prescription, which is a very, very low dose of OxyContin for all the fucking injuries, pain, nerve damage, all that shit that I have. And I'm still in a fuckload of pain, especially at night when the Vyvanse wears off. Because amphetamine helps during the day with the pain. It's bad. Mm-hmm. It's really bad. Anyone that actually knows my fucking private life, it's not good. And yeah, just to get that. So every, script, right? If I bring it on the same day to a different pharmacy, because they don't stock it, and they only give you a few days to get it and then the pharmacies don't want to stock it because they don't want to stock the medications that people abuse, so you have to order it in.
But people
you
are
get flagged on the system as doctor shopping. And then I got flagged at the same pharmacy because a different pharmacist who was working there didn't know me, and so my GP has to see flag, and they don't tell you this. So me going to any other doctor for anything, if I didn't, I would be told outright that they would not prescribe me anything under any circumstances. Like, just because of going to a different pharmacy, that's how strict and restrictive it's got. And this is like in the most lenient part of the country for this kind of medication. I don't have to.
Yeah, you're not
like methadone and things like that because I'm not on a program.
Yeah.
I'm not a.
This is just how anyone with health insurance. This is just the experience that anyone with health insurance is going to have this rigmarole to go through.
Yeah, and this is what it's become, and it was. I've been in the fucking Middle East, and it's been easier to get in places where they're scared to prescribe morphine because they're scared of being fucking beheaded. The doctors are scared to actually. The pharmacists are scared to even. In certain Islamic countries, I've been to even stock prescription codeine 8 milligrams with caffeine and paracetamol for prescription. So they only prescribe pethidine or Demerol, and pethidine is because that's a synthetic opioid and it's not it's so that has to be injected though. So they can't give me Demerol. So I was having to go and get IV'd and IM Demerol at a hospital by a doctor in certain parts of the Middle East because they wouldn't prescribe, because none of the pharmacies would even stock fucking codeine. They were so scared. But it was easier for me to get fucking pain medication there than it was.
Yeah.
And it's not like the white privilege thing and being associated with aristocrats there helped a lot, but the fact is they have a completely different perspective on the whole thing. If you need something and the reasons for needing it, it's actually healthier, similar to Russia's use of opiates, where rather than it's just either none or around the clock opioid, so you're addicted physically. So if you're going to have a meeting with civil servants, you have to sit on the fucking floor and eat with your hands. You're going to be in a shitload of pain if you have microskeletal problems, back injuries, nerve damage, inverted disc, pinching nerves, all that shit. Sitting on the floor is unbelievably fucking painful for me.
Yeah.
So they shoot me up with an IM so it lasts longer, a pethidine, and IV me with pethidine. They give me a fucking skeletal muscle relaxant, some soma essentially, and a barbiturate because I have epilepsy. And pethidine gives you seizures, and I have a tolerance. So they're having to give me a fucking gram of pethidine and shit, like IV, like shitloads of pethidine.
Yeah.
Because I needed to, but then you're not physically addicted because you're just going in and getting fucked up. Pethidine is far more narcotic than morphine in a way. It's like being on fucking speed and fucking morphine at the same time. Demerol is... Burroughs has written quite a bit about Demerol. It's fucking nasty stuff. It gives you seizures, much more. But I love it. I was addicted to Demerol actually quite a bit when I was a kid from they used to give it to children a lot, Demerol pethidine inhalers, and I had some surgeries as a child and a lot of some injuries. So I fucking loved Demerol as a child.
Yeah.
And so my problems with opiates goes back to like 8, 9 years old, liking it more than anything else on the fucking planet back then. But
and it makes sense. You know what I mean? I mean, it's chemicals. It's chemical. There, human beings, whatever else we are in this state, fucking sack of chemicals. So if you introduce chemicals to a walking bag of chemicals, there will be a reaction. You know what I mean? And some of them feel very nice.
Oh yeah.
Some of them feel good.
And
I don't know. I don't like the way they demonize certain things. We live more in an Orwellian dystopia more than the Aldous Huxley Brave New World. At least they were like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend, Soma? How about you, Soma? I'm doing Soma too." You know, that was like that was a chill world.
Yeah. Hey, at least in America, you can get shit a lot easier. That's for sure. Prescribed, but
Sometimes it's a struggle.
There's less of a class system from what I hear, whereas here the class system, like in the UK, is still very much in place.
Yeah, there's a bit less of a class system. It's just that if you have health insurance at all or not, and what kind of health insurance. You can have shitty health insurance, but still too expensive to purchase your own prescription. So some people don't have the money for their own prescription, and that's not just that's people with diabetes who need their insulin. That's people who have ailments that are life threatening. They need a daily dose of because the problem is
you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, I don't know if it's on my end.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, now.
Does that help anything?
Yep.
Does that help anything?
Let me get my epilepsy medication. Hold on 1 moment.
Yep, absolutely. This show is brought to you by. That's when they insert the ad.
And you see, I fucked up because it's fucking 2:30 and I didn't take my clonazepam for fucking midday, so I have to take them both now. They're very long acting. You're immune to the sedative effects, but
you got your caffeine in you.
An epileptic on speed kind of Vyvanse.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had issues with it, but yeah, it's getting bad here with the medical system. It's getting really, really. Most of my life has become a pathetic fucking running around of all my money being spent on specialists because in Medicare, this socialist, NHS of Australia kind of thing isn't covering things as much anymore. So I'm paying pretty much everything out. Get $70 back and spending $300 something, and then it's just the medications are no longer covered by PBS, and they're covered by and then the doctors they'll forget and they'll write a script wrong, and then they won't give me they won't rewrite it as an authority script. So for a couple of months, I have to spend, over 100 on a bottle a month. And just because, fuck you, I can't be fucked writing making a phone call to make it the authority script. So it all chips away, and it's dehumanizing. And and more shit isn't covered, and things that are covered now they don't want to prescribe because it's too expensive. So there's medications you might need, if they cost a lot of money, they won't give them to you. One of them is a peptide I need to inject that costs over $700 an injection, so $700 a month for that particular medication for a neurological related condition. Now, 700 AED, I can't afford that unless it's covered by PBS. They won't prescribe that anymore to most people who need it because of how much it costs out of pocket. And people might complain about taxes and shit, but this is...
I was reading your chat. I see that Aki Osas says that Kaspian See is a hard Klansman. He's one of the top
Grand
wizards. Don't trust one of the top wizards that they say. Don't trust a word the Serb and Klansmen say, Jakey boy. There you go.
Sorry for chat.
Is that funny?
True Vault. That's a reference to black metal. Is he slow? Is he mind of a child? Interesting, understandable.
Yes, D chat C King Cobra JFS is definitely after those big titty goth girls. I unironically like King Cobra. I think that
he's kind of funny.
I think that he's funny. He's got a good heart. He is absolutely not about being a creep or a sicko, as he calls people who do bad things.
Oh, my mic is really quiet. I'll move it closer. Sorry. It looks like
I was wondering if they were talking about me. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I guess back to Cyraxx if you like. Cyraxx, he's caused a lot of stir. And again, like I said, he was live earlier today. Just during our stream, he popped in on someone else's stream just to, whatever. Maybe somebody called him a name, and he has to stand up for his moral code and make sure that nobody gives a shit what this guy thinks. You know what I mean? Like, he has proven himself to be a parasite on the internet. He goes after young kids. He always he had this girlfriend named Heather. Heather had one or two children. She moved away from her then girlfriend wife. She moved away from her wife and didn't take any of the kids. But when she moved up to be with Cyraxx, one time, they were having a live stream and they were trying to, we told these motherfuckers, and, they had a phone, and he kissed her. And immediately after they kissed, she starts like coughing, like, It's one of my favorite clips because it looks like he gave her a disease in that moment. Like, it was the kiss of death is what I call that moment, because she was smiling, she leans in, they kiss, and she and then he says to her, this is all the same clip, then he goes, let's try that again.
Oh, fuck,
and
man.
She just she completely ignores him. She completely is like looking at her phone and it's like, yeah, we'll see if they call again. It's like she knew what he said. She knew exactly what it looked like. She was trying to dodge a kiss from him, which she's supposed to be. He is a disgusting individual. He's a disgusting creature. So whatever whatever reasoning she had for attempting a relationship with him, it must have been a chore to have to go through that first kiss, and she was gagging and coughing. I mean, these days it doesn't look like he even brushes his teeth. They've all kind of congealed into one odd triangle tooth, and it's the same back and forth, where he'll get a girlfriend, an online girlfriend. The trolls will go after him.
Like the one in
The
Australia
trolls,
now,
yeah, exactly. And the most amazing thing was he started moral grandstanding to her, telling her, oh, she needs to get rid of her OnlyFans because she shouldn't be doing that. It's a bad example to set for her kids and stuff. It's like, dude, this guy's made $0 fucking ever. Like, fucking ever. He's made no money at all. She's taking care of her kids, right? And we live in an age where it's as easy as clicking a button, and this guy has no morality whatsoever to begin with, but he's trying to pull some moral high ground bullshit. He actually got her to get rid of she says she got rid of her OnlyFans because of Chance, so because of Cyrax, but it's more likely because the troll community found out about her. The troll community found out what her OnlyFans was. I saw that someone had leaked it. I didn't, go check it out because I knew what would happen, based on where I saw it leaked. The other people who are there, they're going to go and harass this girl. You know what I mean? They're going to go to her OnlyFans and leave a comment, calling her something filthy, I'm sure, because and honestly, for whatever reason this girl has to be dating Cyrax, there has to be some angle. There has to be some angle.
Yeah.
Internet clout that everyone is looking for these days.
A lot of shit.
We should.
Like,
Yeah, and this concept of clout to begin with is absolute moronic. You know what I mean? I mean, me and Innerzone, we're gonna schedule one day when we're at the same place at the same time, but we're gonna make sure that our streams look like nobody knows we're at the same place, and then I'm gonna come out from around the corner and I'm gonna punch him in the stomach really really hard because we've got beef. We're gonna start this. It's like. But and that's how, like, that Jack Doherty and Neon guy, they just recently did that fake fight, and that's what I was trying to make fun of, and because they want all of their parasocial fandom of each kind to rally together and start clicking buttons more. I don't know how it works, to be honest, but
nothing.
It must work.
It does work.
It doesn't.
Look, I talk shit and make fun of Jake Hanrahan because there's a non-existent beef between us, and inadvertently people send at him me constantly on Twitter, which would drive him fucking crazy. And so I just do little things like take the piss in
He
Australian
is a bit
terminology.
of a dick to you as well.
Yes, but I take the piss out of him
He is
in
a
a
bit
kind
of a
of
dick
passive
to you.
way. It's in a kind of, but I'm not directly confronting him in some to deliberately cause. It's more like an inside joke, like saying 100% David
exactly.
Meyer approved, rather than me
Yeah,
trying
100%
to
David Meyer approved,
manufacture some bullshit just for the sake of. I mean, you need to have some controversial nature to yourself these days. But the thing is they create nothing at all that has any substance that later on people can even, if...
All we know now is that they staged a fake fight, and it doesn't make sense because that's all that really happened, or even this girl Naked and Laughing, now that they call her, who was King Cobra's girlfriend. And I am way too interested in this stuff because it's an interesting subculture, but she there are people who become so parasocial. Chris Chan, again, perfect example. How many groups popped up just for the sake of watching him, and even now I don't know. It's like, is it that group, the Praters? I've kind of fallen off with
yeah,
Chris Chan, but that's who. But I think it's like some offshoot of that group that is housing him, feeding him.
From what I know,
You know,
somebody's giving him a lot of fucking psilocybin. That's why he's so fucking out of
is
it.
that what it is?
And what they wanted to do,
Is
someone is trying to make wants to make, according to
the last person who needs psilocybin.
well, according to journalistic contacts I have in who are connected to Christian, from back in the days of
Yeah.
okay, according to certain people, what it is they wanted to make a fish tank style thing, like Sam Hyde's fish tank, but with Chris Chan, and tried to invite people like Jacob Sockness and stuff who rejected this, and they're dosing him up with psilocybin and, you know, making his video production. At least his streams are better than mine in production. I gotta give them fucking credit.
Well, you know, when you have a team, I've turned off all my streams because they were all falling apart. So, I mean, I turned off my OBS instance entirely. It's just not working out as well as I'd hoped on this computer. I need to set up the other computer I built that PC specifically for podcasting. I've got that old podcast, 9 Midnight. If you guys check out me, I saved a list of that. But yeah, me and my old friend, so I built that. It's 2018, 19 parts, but you know, it is the first generation. It's a 1060 or a 1080 RTX, so like the first generation RTX graphics card, and it does everything I need it to do. The only thing I could think I wouldn't want to do is give it some more memory, but yeah, on this laptop, and this is a 2022 MacBook Pro, it was chugging along very, very sluggishly. So, you know, streaming is fun.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you fuck up and, you know, don't have to worry too much about it. Somehow, you know, Cyraxx, amazingly, he claims to be an audio engineer. Cyraxx says that he's an audio engineer, and he is notorious for having some of the worst, like, I don't know if you can hear my fan right now, but I've had a fan going this whole time.
No.
If you don't hear that, I would say that that's good. You know, because it's just, I have the program we're using.
So you're using
does
a noise
really good at.
Are you using a low cut filter or noise filter?
Discord does that pretty well. We're using Discord right now for the capture, and it automatically does a very good job of that. So, but yeah, I usually use filters when I'm streaming through OBS, and rarely these days do I have any issues. But he always has this buzzing. There's always this like low hum. It's somehow it's a high-pitched low hum, and it is pervasive throughout his videos to where it's sometimes louder than his own voice. and so there are so many YouTube channels dedicated
to him, to
documenting to following, you know, not following him, but you know, someone called Edward Boy a tulpa earlier or something, I can't remember, but Edward Boy tries to upload anything. No problem.
Oh, you're cutting out a bit. I don't know if that's on my end. I'm gonna have to go soon.
Yeah, no worries.
But
we did a bang up job of explaining Cyraxx.
Well, that's the thing. This is almost a parody of that, in a sense. My streams are not in any way meant to be professional. I want to be very clear about that. It's very different from my other work. I do this for fun, not with regards to. Are you there, or is it?
I am right here. Do you still hear
Okay.
me?
I can hear you. I can't see you though.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I'll
Oh,
turn my camera off and back on.
yep. There you are. I'll just state
Alrighty.
this because I we spent possibly 2 hours, 3 hours of technical issues this morning, even
Yeah,
just getting
exactly.
started. So with this stream, it was going to start a lot earlier, and it would have been a lot more concise. But this is what streaming is like when you don't have a great computer and you're trying to run. It's a mess, and I've got things set up for music.
And when the co-host is an ocean away, and we're literally relying on what wireless signals to like account for this,
Yep.
you know, with as low of latency as possible. So the fact that you and I have been able to at least remain in some communication, even though if the video's choppy sometimes or if the video cuts out, for the most part we've been able to hear each other, you know. So I mean that's kind of there's still some great feats of technology that have gone on, whether my stream was working and yours wasn't, or your stream is now running and mine is not. We've captured the entirety of about 3 hours
Yeah, and it's
of
been
figuring
fucking
this out.
chaos. Yeah, and
Yeah,
usually I have a
exactly.
second screen set up here to look at comments and shit like that, and because I'm running everything from a fucking laptop from 2020, and yeah, I've had a really fucking rough few days for reasons I can't go into. Caspian knows some of them, and I've been sick for fucking 8 weeks or something, and I've just recovered.
Your last stream was phenomenal, by the way. Your last stream was phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. I was so
Yeah,
sick, man.
absolutely.
I ended it with a bit of a
Yeah, I was shocked.
cliffhanger. So the Mayat one are you talking about, or the fucking
Uh,
music one?
no, the music,
Oh no,
what you
dude,
just did.
thank you. Yeah. That
Yeah,
was. One
absolutely.
sec.
That was a phenomenal stream Interzone just did.
Thank you. That's what I'm sort of focusing on at the moment, and it's essentially me going through all the spheres in the
Yeah, emanations. There we
yep,
go.
and
That wasn't a live stream, was it?
that was a live. It wasn't live. I premiered it, but I premiered it at a really bad time, so I wasn't very present. I also was
Got you.
freaking out because publishing a fucking pathworking style thing, which you did in a really weird way because it has to correspond with certain things, and you're using deliberate. It's not normal music, and I was going, people,
Absolutely.
this is not a normal song I'm recording. It's not structured. It's meant to be this specific emanation within the sphere of the moon. Moon through Mars. The first, because they're all grouped in threes, and I plugged it with pictures with the correspondences that I wrote down and drew terribly with the sigils.
Yeah.
But I want to go through all of them, and I didn't professionally record that at all. I just mic'd it up and did it in one take, though it took hours. And I want to do every emanation, every sphere, and every emanation within the sub-spheres, every movement in the tweet. You know what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
keeping it. I just didn't know if people would get it, because music for me, it's very
Does that
close to home.
the entire, is it the entire transit? The entire transit of the moon?
Yeah, and that's just the first part. So essentially, it's the first. Fuck, I would actually need to open Naos up and my notes, and also the Sinister Tarot. They're grouped into threes. They are and then there's certain musical notes that are associated, I was having to use a guitar clip capo because I couldn't actually. I won't give all my secrets out on why I did it the way I did just yet, because I'll end up talking for a long time. But look, I wanted to say thank you. It's been a rough time for me recently, and talking about something fun, even though he's a. And this is kind of a way of you to get out your Cyraxx.
Yeah. I can kind of get it out. I can get the poison out. Maybe I can kind of get away from like looking at this anymore. I have work to do myself. So.
And I highly recommend Kaspian as somebody to follow because he has very, very unique and good perspectives, and they're
usually hidden within hours and hours long streams where I'm not really doing anything of importance. So I don't know. My mind's been a little elsewhere, but I'm wrapping it up. I'm tightening it up.
But we'll definitely do something again, and in a way
For
where
sure.
I'll actually
maybe next time I won't die so quickly a Bloodborne.
But no, I appreciate it, man, and
thank you for having me.
That's alright. Just the fucking song was amazing, and we need to do something about the foreskin guy because he literally has like 100 and something videos.
I subscribe to him. I mean, he only has like 200. I subscribed. I am absolutely going to. Look at me trying to get over a Cyraxx addiction, and now I find out about Sam See.
Sam See,
gay romance spy novel, foreskin included, from 2 months ago. That's the most recent one. Foreskin included. Everything is about foreskin. Amazing.
Oh, and Rose is explaining the emanations, essentially the what each sphere. With the alchemical salt, mercury, sulfur aspect, and the 21 cards of the tarot, each associated with the sphere and with a specific aspect. It's also associated with a specific movement between planets in the past. It's similar to the Kabbalah, but not Jewish.
Yeah.
Not Jewish. It's not.
Yeah, salt, mercury, sulfur, the alchemical aspects.
Mm-mm. But yeah, and they all have correspondences associated with music, and I'm just trying to do what I find passionate, and I want to professionally record.
Absolutely.
Too, and I'm trying to set things up to be able to do that. That's why it's a bit more chaotic, but yeah, I gotta go and sort some things out. But thank you, man, and I hope you get some rest.
Well, I'll be around. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you, everybody who's watching. I hope that it was at least entertaining watching us fumble around the subject that's in the headline, which says Cyraxx, but we were just having fun.
Yeah. Oh no, take care, man, and thank you everyone for participating and watching this. Yeah. All right. Take care.